Let me ask you about how common it is that two different federal judges make two completely polar opposite rulings on the exact same day. This happened with mifepristone, which is an abortion drug. One judge in Texas said the FDA should take it off the market, even though it's been approved for 23 years. The other in Washington said they should do nothing, and they conflict. So what happens now?
So this is very uncommon, but it is not unheard of. If you remember during the litigation about the so-called Muslim ban in the first year of the Trump administration, there were many different district court decisions about whether or not it could be imposed. And what happens is the cases go through the appellate process and may quickly get to the Supreme Court because there is only one law in the United States and it needs to be consistent throughout the United States.
Well, and Roe versus Wade was controversial, for a lot of reasons for a lot of different years. But one thing it did do was have a federal standard, and everyone was on the same page. With the overturning of Roe versus Wade, that no longer exists, right?
Well, that is correct. And I'm not saying that different states can't have different state laws. There was a real question of whether or not this abortifacient drug could be distributed in states that have made abortion illegal. But this ruling from Texas says that in states like New York that have constitutionally protected abortion rights, the drug still can't be distributed here. Whereas the judge out in Oregon said it can be, and in fact, it must be distributed every place where state law doesn't ban it. So that is a reason the case needs to get to a higher court quickly.
So this is headed for the Supreme Court. It's one of those things where most cases you apply to have the Supreme Court hear your case or appeal to the Supreme Court. And in this case, it just sounds like the court has to step in. Do you see it that way?
Correct. This is similar to when there was the marriage equality issues out of New York and California, and the Supreme Court had to step in. Many people were unhappy about what the marriage equality ruling ended up being, but I don't think anybody thought that the federal law could be different in different states.
And so when it comes to this drug, there is another drug here. It is misoprostol. And I wonder if that drug is in danger next, because if you can rule that the FDA shouldn't have approved a drug 23 years ago and now should disapprove of it, it could just happen with another drug. Am I right there?
So Judge Matthew Kacsmaryk has proven to be, who is the judge down in Texas, has proven to be very aggressive in reaching out to rule here. And I would not be surprised if the litigants in the case that already went in front of him try to bring a parallel litigation in front of him. And I would not at all be surprised if he made the exact same ruling.
But the important part here is how it impacts the women that are looking for care. And so what is the impact? Because in Texas, one judge has said this, and in Washington, another judge has said this. Do we still have the same system then where you can go from state to state and have different laws, regardless of these two differing federal rulings?
See, that's the problem. This is not saying this is what Texas law is versus this is what the law in New York is. This is saying there is a federal law. It governs every place, and therefore it is, under Judge Kacsmaryk's ruling, it's illegal every place, which means the FDA, unless it overturns this on appeal, would be required to take this drug off of the market in all 50 states.
How often does a judge tell the FDA what it needs to do?
I've practiced in healthcare and intellectual property for about 15 of my 25 plus years as a litigator. I have never seen this before. There are all sorts of procedural safeguards that are in place that would ordinarily prevent the FDA from taking this sort of precipitous action. And right now we've got, I think, 5 days left of the 7-day stay that Judge Kacsmaryk put in place until the FDA, under his ruling, would be required to remove the drug from the market.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation in your cable lineup. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-based, unbiased coverage.